Okay guys, welcome to a lower body strength session. I'm going to run you through the whole session today, just like I did with my power session, which is on Fridays. In my current split, my lower body session lands on Wednesday, okay? And I've got jiu-jitsu at the other side of that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So let's get into it. We're going to go through our normal warm-up, then we'll get into our squat warm-up. Today, I've got to go a set of 4, another set of 4, a set of 2, and a set of 2. So last week was 15 reps, this week 12 reps total, with higher intensity obviously. So we're just tapering down into the end of this 6-week block, and then we'll see where we're at the end of the 6 weeks. But just wanted to show you how, again, a raw, unedited session might look like when it comes to lower body strength training. So with that being said, let's get into it. So first movement is going to be some really light leg extensions where I play with the tempo. It's an old cranky machine. So really, really light, and I'll get progressively heavier. It's kind of like doing my cuff work for my shoulder. I don't really bother counting the reps. I just make sure I get blood in the muscle and feel it. I wouldn't call this pre-exhausting by any means. It's too light. I wouldn't call it activating, because maybe that's a word that we could debate, but certainly gets blood into the muscle that I'm about to use, which is useful. And you know, 10 years ago, I had like knee issues, tendinopathy for a long time, and this is one thing that helped manage that. So, you know, I don't want to go into the full details in this video. You have to reduce load. Start with other exercises if you're going through a knee tendinopathy, but that's not what this video is about. So it's one thing that I will use if and when I need to. And obviously, look, it's great for hypertrophy of the quads, you know, if you're using pre-exhaust or post-exhaust. That's not what this is today, though. It's just like 2 degrees here, and I need to keep moving. With that being said, I'm going to get another set, and then I'll superset it with some aeroplanes to keep the hips going. So a little bit heavier, but again, laughably light, laughably light. It's not about the weight yet. Once we get to the squat, we'll have to shift some tin. Here, we aren't shifting tin. We are making muscles warm. Okay, switching to cheeky single leg. Just getting loose, okay. Let's get in a little bit of these aeroplanes, which I have to do on a regular basis. So it's hitting like a single leg, single leg RDL, switching the hip out and opening, and then closing, hip out, hip in, all the way in, all the way in, all the way in. Take a wee cheeky double pump hop, out, in, Uchimata. So yeah, I'll probably need to hit some more leg press, obviously, and some banded squats. And then I think I'm ready to squat. You know, sometimes you can come in, feel great, and you're just ready to squat. Other days, you know, you need to take a little bit longer to get going. And I'm having one of those days today. So one of the best warm-ups you can do for squat, as I said, is to squat. But this little exercise here with the barbell helping you counterbalance can help open you up a little bit more. I like to play around in this position a little bit. We'll hit 74, between 4 to 8 reps really, whatever. just to get loose. Don't want to tire myself out, but equally, you know, no junk volume, basically. Do what you need to do to get warm for your working sets. Okay. Yep. Excuse me. So now I'm actually going to look back at that, see how it was. Felt a little bit, could have been better. Felt a little bit like I was shifting to my right. So let's have a look and self-correct. Okay. So I looked at 70, and it was moving fine. It was fine. A couple of high reps there, a couple normal reps. But again, I was just playing with tempo, playing with range of motion apparently. So I'm going to do 100 for 4. 100 for 4. Still doesn't count, but a good gauge set. And yeah, once we get some serious weight on, I'll connect up VITRUVE. So let's get this for 4. Might do a pause on the 4th. Depends if I feel like I need to, you know. If I feel I need to hit a pause just to open up. I'm just aware of time as well. Got to get to work. So yes, let's hit a 4 please, and then we'll see where we land after that. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. So, yes, 4 reps with a 100. That felt all right. I mean, listen, here's the truth of the matter. Now, I've got something going on in my hip. That happens, okay? Am I injured? No. It's just, that's what happens when you do sports. Sometimes you'll get a niggle from yesterday's training, or especially if you do contact sport. Is it getting worse with load? No. It just feels like it needs to click. So it's not a big deal. I always look at the pain scale of, like, you know, 1 being almost nothing to 10 being you needing to go to hospital because you don't feel like you're in real pain. So this is like a wee 3. It's a wee niggly 3. I'll keep aware of it. I'll keep bracing. And if for some reason things, you know, get a little bit more than a 3, I will reduce load and just head out some stretching. I had a good warm-up for that reason, you know, to try and get this little click. But hey ho, let's keep going. So that's 100. So now we're going to hit 120. That's usually my gauge set on squats. And I'll only hit that for 2. And then I'll go into my working set. So let's get 120 on. No dilly-dallying, no dilly-dallying. The gauge set, the set of justice, the set that defines the workout. Or certainly doesn't define the workout, but determines a little bit about where we go loading-wise, you know. Stay fluid within the programming, guys. Well, when you're my age, yes. Okay, here we go, come on. I mean, you tell me. What do you think of that set? Speed was okay. It's not an issue in the speed at 120, obviously. The concentric speed. So, yeah, I think we go 140. Get on VITRUVE, hit 140 for 4. That'll be tough. That's a working set now. Give it a good bash, and then go from there. Let's get 140 on. Okay, first working set, 140. Here we go. Two. Four. Okay. Yep. She was tough. She was tough. So a lot of people ask me, what about squatting in shoes, no shoes, special shoes? One, whatever your gym allows, okay, and two, whatever's comfortable for you. Sometimes I'll squat in lifters. Sometimes I'll squat barefoot. I will never squat. I'll very rarely. I will try to actively avoid squatting in like soft running shoes because you want a good connection with the ground. In lifting shoes, you've got that. They're solid. Barefoot, even better. Lifting shoes sometimes will help you keep your torso a little bit more upright, or will help you keep your torso a little bit more upright, depending what you're doing and how you feel. But let's get this set 2 done with 140. Okay. Go on then. I mean, this is my 10 RM when I'm fresh and after maybe 6 weeks, if I want to take a 10 RM, this is the last one I use. So for God's sakes, man, you're doing it for 4. Get over yourself, pal, and lift the weight. Ooh. All right. Yes, a little bit faster, I reckon. Just that last one. Shifted slightly. Felt good. Recaught my balance. You got to be careful if you are descending too fast because, by the way, before I go into that, I should say, if you're doing squats, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever reps, and you're not out of breath after, you're doing them wrong. You're doing them wrong because you need to brace. You need to hold your breath. You shouldn't be able to squat and talk. What's that about? Just shouldn't happen. Yes, if you're doing high reps, then maybe take a pause at the top, screaming, shouting, whatever it is that floats your boat, whatever intensity you're having to get to that day. But yeah, you should be out of breath after you squat, okay? Now let's check the numbers on the old VITRUVE. So, I'll show you the numbers again, like I did last time. Can you see? Can you read? Oh, I know you can read, but can you see? All right, so we got 0.93. This is the meters per second of not the peak velocity, the average velocity, okay, per rep. So 0.41, 0.37 and 0.30 in the last set, suggesting again, I am at failure or 1 rep shy of failure. Depending on, if you're watching my velocity-based training video, it depends slightly on the person. Like, I couldn't complete a back squat at 0.25 meters per second. Do you know what I mean? Like I could if it wasn't a max if you told me to take 60 kilograms and squat it slow. Okay, but we're talking about, you know, if you're actually going to failure. So my failing rep might be at 0. For me, not for everyone, 0.27 meters per second. I think basically if it drops below 0.3, that's a place I don't want to be. You know, you saw that last rep was slow. So what can I do about that? Well, now I have to do 2 reps, all right? And it's a strength session, so I'm exactly where I need to be. Like I'm one rep off failure, haven't I, today? So I'm going to go 150. I'm going to go 150. What? 160. Oh, geez. Just sounds better, doesn't it? 160. It's going to be heavy, though. Should I do 150 then 160? You know, when I wrote this down, it was 140, 140, 160, 160. And now I'm in the trenches, I'm going 150. But, you know, 160 is also good. Let's do 160, come on. And look, here's the situation. Here's the reality of the situation, okay? Let me adjust this for you. All right. Can I do 160 for 1 rep today based on the numbers? Yes. I mean, I should always be able to do more or less a 160 squat, for goodness sake. But, you know, so can I do one? Yes. So will I do one? Yes. Will it be tough? Yes. I'll then decide after that one, based on the speed, if I can take another one or not. That's it. That's all it is. I'm going to put in my head that I'm doing it for 2 though. So, you know, let me do a pause on the old VITRUVE as I adjust. It's the cool thing about VITRUVE is you can, you know, it's very easy. I like things that are easy. Don't get away, don't take away or distract from the actual training process. You know, there's so many pieces of kit out there for training which are great, but man, you can just lose so much time trying to set it up and all that stuff, whereas VITRUVE, it's you know, it's very easy. And obviously I'm working with them, you know. I chose to work with them. I like their product. So let's go to 160 kilograms. So we're typing that in VITRUVE and we're good to go. Let's change the angle on you guys so you can get the full picture. Nothing hidden. And let's go. Okay, that admittedly was not good. That was not good. My depth wasn't good there. So I need to do that again. Obviously, my depth wasn't right. I wasn't consistent with my depth. So we can check the numbers and we'll do that. But the barbell moved reasonably quickly because 1, I did 1 rep, and 2, the barbell didn't move that quickly. 0.29. 0.29 if it pleased the court. So, yeah, glad I didn't take that all the way down. That would have been harder. So was 160 the right call? You know, you would say no. You would say no. What are you going to do is the question next. It's the next question. Listen, I'm going to take another single at 160, but I'm going to make it look better. That's what I'm going to do. So, plans changed a little bit. Supposed to do 2. Should have done 150. That's all right. That's okay. I went for the 160. I'm just getting it's the first time I've had 160 or that weight to my back for a long time. You know, well, I say like 2 months, at least 2 months. I've done single leg, I've done trap bar and whatnot, but on my back, so that's okay. I'll do 160 again, I'll make it better. And I'll get right down. And yeah, that'll be good for today. That'll be good before I go into my barbell reverse lunges. All right, so just adjusting. You know, the numbers say that's going to put me at, you know, it's like a 1 RM of the day, but it's not. I know I can do better. Last working set. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Yes, that's all she wrote for today with 160. That's all she wrote. I'm going to do a cheeky drop set, strength drop set. I'm taking off 20 kilos, and I'm going to do 140 again. Let me hit the end of VITRUVE, and then we'll check out the reps after. So let me hit this drop set now. Like, not much rest at all. And let's just get in. All right, what am I looking for here? 2 reps. I'm 2 reps down. So I'm looking for 2 quick reps here, under fatigue with 140. All right, come on, let's go. Okay. Okay. Good. Squatting done. Didn't go exactly to plan, but that's okay. I've got 160 on my back, 2 singles. You know, is it my best ever? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But excuse me. Is it my best in a while with back squat since summertime? Yeah. Will I? You know, I think what I'm on. So next week, so in 2 weeks' time, I reckon I'll squat 180. I'll definitely squat 170, but I reckon I'll squat 180. You know, still got a bit of work to do, and you know, or I might do box squat and hit a 200 box squat. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to make too big a jump. Supposed to do some singles next week at 90%, but it's all right. You roll with it. You roll with it. So good. Let's move on to the reverse lunges very quickly. All right. I'll show you 1 set of reverse lunges. I'm doing 3 sets of 5 each side, 60 kilograms. And on my last set, if it feels amazing, I'll put it up slightly. In fact, I probably will. But we're going to start with 60. And then after that, I've got a little bit of direct lower back work to do. And a little bit of a side plank series. So I won't show you that as I lose my balance. Wait a minute. I won't show you that. Let's just get this done and wrap up for the day. Okay. 5 each side, you know. I'll tell you what, feels a lot nicer having 60 on the back than 160. But that's the nature of the beast. Here we go. Good, okay. Definitely another set of 60, and then maybe slightly heavier. Excellent. So guys, that's the session, that's a wrap. If you've made it this far, like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Hopefully that's given you a little bit of insight into a raw training session and how you have to adjust on the fly sometimes. So should I have done 150 for 2? Yes. Did I? No, called it wrong, called it wrong. That's okay, still building in this program. So, you know, these things happen. I did a back off, with 140. So that's for the squats. A little bit of accessories, going to hit the abs now, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers, ciao.